Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the big talking points from social media, and there's not loads today, to be honest with you, because Sunday is the quietest day, but there's still a few bits doing the round, so I thought we would get this done, get this out there, get us set up for the new week when we are sure to get some good talking points, because we are getting ever closer towards Backlash. It's actually not that far away. The gap between Backlash and WrestleMania is a bit closer this year because, of course, WrestleMania was a bit later this year. So, yeah, we should make some good progress this week. But here, Mitchell tagging me in this, and I got tagged in this quite a bit. WWE has filed the trademark Gin Tala. Now, this is for a performer, so this is a name. And normally when we get a filed trademark, the person sort of shows not too long after. So this definitely implies that someone new is coming in very soon. I don't know that this will be at the main roster level, though. There's every chance this is going to be someone that will be in Evolve or maybe more likely NXT. So I don't know that Gin Tala is someone we're going to be talking about on the main roster. But certainly I feel it's going to be someone we're going to be talking about soon. So just something to be aware of there. So Mitchell, thank you. Shayna Baszler has tweeted out Good Soldier. And this is obviously very interesting because of that interview that Karrion Kross did. Karrion Kross did an interview on Raw Recap. And Rumor Mill is saying that people didn't know what he was going to say in that interview. And actually some of the things that he said took a few people by surprise. There's no heat on him. There's no problem there. But, yeah, this was not like a well-scripted out, well kind of planned promo that WWE were aware of. I think he did go out and shoot and actually say some stuff that kind of caught a few people off guard backstage. But one of the things he said was that when he spoke to Goldberg, Goldberg gave him some advice. And he says, just make sure you're being a good soldier. So basically, do what the company needs you to do. And if you do that, you'll be fine. And the frustration that Karrion had was, well, I've been a good soldier. I've done everything that's been asked of me. But that still did not get me on the WrestleMania card. I've still not had much TV time in 2025. Like, I'm still not being utilized, even though I am doing everything that I can. I am being a good soldier. And that whole good soldier thing has kind of really took a life on of its own. I think now there's a few people that are feeling that frustration that are now coming out as good soldiers. So it's very interesting to see Shayna Baszler tweet hashtag good soldier, because that obviously connects to Karrion and his promo, and it connects to frustration. We also saw frustration from Bayley. She went on to Chris Van Vliet, and she was basically saying, you know, we covered it in Unseen, that she gets a lot of praise, a lot of people saying she's like the perfect superstar, perfect employee, does everything that's asked. Well, if that's true, how do I get to that next level then? Because Bayley was not at WrestleMania either. She's doing everything that's asked, and look how she's being treated. She was going to be in a match and then got removed just a few days before WrestleMania. She was injured when we know that she's not actually injured. So a lot of people, I think, frustrated in WWE, which is pretty normal around this time, to be honest. If you make it to WrestleMania and you get to go out in front of that crowd, you know, that's a hell of a boost. That's obviously a massive moment. But if you miss out on that, it's obviously a big negative. It's obviously something which is going to frustrate, and just a little bit of frustration around. So that tweeted out 9 hours ago, getting quite a bit of attention. Add Shayna Baszler to the list of frustrated superstars at the moment. Right, NXT, for the first time since the shocking betrayal at Stand and Deliver, Tony D'Angelo and Stax are going to meet each other in the middle of the ring with everything to say this Tuesday on NXT. So Tony D'Angelo and Stax in the middle of the ring on NXT. It's going to be really good. The story there is really interesting. Stax actually quote tweeted, he said, wait, we're not going to sit down over your mother's lousy risotto at the restaurant and talk it out first. Sounds good to me. So there we go. Stax just put in his little comment on this. This will be a very interesting segment on NXT for those of you that enjoy NXT. Right, Adam Pearce said it's official, so let's have a look, shall we, at the preview for this week's Raw.
Raw is live tomorrow night from Kansas City, where the fallout from Raw after WrestleMania is upon us. First things first, Pat McAfee has requested time to talk about what happened between he and the newly suspended Gunther. I have approved that request. You will hear from Pat tomorrow night. Plus, this new trifecta of terror, Paul Heyman, Seth freaking Rollins, and Braun Breaker will be live in Kansas City. And why Becky? Why? Becky Lynch will explain why she did what she did to Lyra Valkyria, and we will all hear it in Kansas City. One match to announce, Rhea Bloody Ripley will go one-on-one with the prodigy Roxanne Perez. And last bit of news, pain in the behind for me, I will not be in Kansas City. Doctor's orders, but have no fear, my longtime close personal friend, Tricky Nick Aldis, your SmackDown GM, will be on hand to officiate. And that he will. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, live on Netflix from Kansas City. Everyone behave for Nick. That is my order, and that is official. Raw.
They could have some fun with that, actually. They could have some fun with that. If Adam Pearce isn't around and Nick Aldis is going to be stepping in, you know, you could have a bit of chaos, you know, that kind of breaks out. Obviously, the Seth thing, the Heyman thing, that is going to be unmissable. Like, can't wait to see what's next with that. I'm thinking that it heads towards a tag match, of course, but that's going to be very, very interesting. I really don't know what we're going to get from Pat, because Gunther is meant to be away for a little while now, so I don't expect Gunther to interrupt. So what is he going to say? I really have no idea what we're getting there, right? And then, obviously, Becky is going to explain why she turned on Lyra. I've got to think that's going to lead to a match for the Women's Intercontinental. So that'll be good. Rhea against Roxanne. That'll be interesting. And, yeah, let's see if we can kind of keep the good vibes going from last week. Get that momentum. Keep rolling as we head towards Backlash. So, okay, let's see. Here's a bit of a downer, though. Riley, shout out to you. Chelsea Green, 15 hours ago, says goodbye for now, WWE. This is my farewell address. So, I mean, look, we don't expect her to be leaving, but I wonder if this is her just taking a little break. I wonder if this is her just going to have a little bit of time off, and Zelina's now going to be, obviously, the Women's United States champion. I wonder if this is her just stepping away for a little while. I don't expect her to be gone forever, of course. She does love the drama. So, and I think she's loving being in WWE. But a very dramatic post here from Chelsea. Goodbye for now, WWE. This is my farewell address. So, yeah, maybe we won't see her around for a few weeks. Perhaps she's going to step away for a little while. But, well, I don't know. You never know with Chelsea Green. She could be saying that to throw us off, and then she attacks Zelina on Friday, you know? So it could be that. Logan Paul says he's got a message to deliver on Raw as well. So it looks like Logan, I mean, I don't believe he was part of that official preview, but it looks like Logan has got something that he wants to say. So looks like Logan's going to be on Raw also. Let's go, though we might as well. We can always jump over to Fun After. So, apparently, during TNA Rebellion, during the Masha Slamovich-Tessa Blanchard match, the crowd were just going off, doing their own thing. There was whoop that trick chants. There was let's go Cena, Cena sucks chants. I mean, I didn't watch the show, but just reading the report here, it seems like the fans were not into this match. And I don't think it's anything to do with Masha. I just think that Tessa has not been kind of welcomed back with open arms, as you can imagine. And so it seems like the crowds were kind of making their feelings known about that by just chanting random chants. So there was apparently on TNA Rebellion, let's go Cena, Cena sucks chants, which is pretty wild. And I'll tell you what else is wild. A few people tagging me in this. Las Vegas, Matt, thank you. Indi Hartwell, the former WWE star, is now joining TNA. And I'm so pleased for her, because I actually watched her vlog from WrestleMania weekend, and she was still kind of keeping up with Candice and Johnny, and, you know, she was kind of bumping into a few people as she was doing WrestleCon, meeting loads of fans. So brilliant that she kind of had this up her sleeve, that she knew all along she'd be coming in and signing with TNA. So, yeah, I was kind of really feeling sorry for her, because obviously she used to be a part of WWE. Imagine going to Vegas during WrestleMania weekend, having been part of WWE, and now you no longer are, and you're meeting the fans, and you've probably got loads of people asking that same question, really. Like, how does it feel? Is everything okay? But she knew all along she was going to be signing up with TNA all over that weekend. So really pleased for her. I'm pleased that she's kind of landed on her feet. So I hope that works out for her. Again, not important, but Thea Hail has gone public with the fact she's in a relationship with Harlem Lewis. We see Harlem Lewis in Evolve. So we've seen quite a bit of Harlem Lewis if you join us for the Evolve streams. I had no idea Thea Hail was no longer with Nathan Frazier. And apparently Harlem Lewis used to be in a relationship with Cora Jade. Apparently they broke up quite recently. So just seems like all that NXT talent, that PC talent is just having a lovely time. So fair play. I mean, this is a side of it that doesn't really interest me, but I know it will interest some of you out there. So there we go. Thea Hail in a relationship with Harlem Lewis. Okay, Mount Rushmore for Ric Flair. I actually don't think I've ever heard of Ric Flair's wrestling Mount Rushmore. And I was actually quite surprised by the names on this, because for someone like Ric Flair, you would imagine he would name people like Dusty or Harley Race or maybe Sting, right? I think there's a lot of names that he has competed against in NWA and WCW that I would have thought they would have featured maybe a Ricky Steamboat, right? But instead, it's not those names. He's got Shawn Michaels. He says he regards Shawn as, maybe the best in-ring performer. So he's got Shawn Michaels. He's got Hogan because of how big of an attraction Hogan was in the 1980s. So he's got Hulk Hogan. He's got Stone Cold Steve Austin because of the impact Stone Cold had during the Attitude Era. And I believe the other one is The Undertaker. So it's a very, very interesting list. It's a list that does honestly make a lot of sense. But I am just surprised that he's not kind of put a Harley Race on there or a Dusty Rhodes on there or, one of those kind of legends from the NWA days, the territory days from the early 80s. Or instead he's gone with, I think, a Mount Rushmore that a lot of wrestling fans might have gone with, So there we go. I thought that was very interesting. He did not put himself on there. He didn't put Charlotte on there, which I'm floored by, right? Seth Rollins explains why Paul Heyman started a business relationship with him. He said, Roman isn't around enough. CM Punk is not reliable enough. I am both of those things. So Seth is around and he is trustworthy. He is reliable. Those were the failings of Roman and CM Punk. Yeah, I think this is just a mistake. So New Japan put a message out and they said NXT Weekend in a tweet. And people were like, what? NXT Weekend? Obviously, don't forget, we've had The Rock sitting down with a Rubik's Cube wearing a New Japan shirt. So all of a sudden now, NXT Weekend was like... But if you read the tweet, it doesn't really make any sense. It really does feel like it's just a typo. And they meant to put next weekend because it just doesn't make sense. NXT weekends, they're talking about something that's happening next weekend. I think they just missed the E, and it's as simple as that, right? So here, Ringside said, do you think NXT weekend tweet was just bad spelling? Or could WWE and New Japan have something cooking? I personally think it was just bad spelling. But there was enough here that I thought it was worth including. So, yeah, everyone's a bit jumpy now with WWE buying AAA. Everyone's a bit like, what could the next move be? And we've already seen The Rock wearing that New Japan shirt, so something to keep an eye on. Bayley, in her interview with Chris Van Vliet, said that there have been recent shows that Mercedes Moné has quietly attended so that she could show support to Bayley. So apparently Mercedes has been at some recent WWE shows to show support to her friend. Isn't that amazing? Right, apparently Gable Steveson rubbed people the wrong way in NXT. So this is coming from, I believe, Baron Corbin, who was talking about his time in NXT. And he was talking about kind of how Gable reacted to that match when the crowd really turned on him. And he was like, I think the way he handled that really rubbed some people up the wrong way. So it sort of suggests that he was not happy with maybe the creative or the way that he was presented or the way that it had turned out. So don't know what was said. He does not go into detail, but certainly he thinks that cost Gable Steveson future opportunity. So in my mind, it's probably like going off in Gorilla or something, really angry, really annoyed, really frustrated. But yeah, not much in the way of detail there from the former Baron Corbin. James, shout out to you. So news coming through that WWE's in-house music team, Def Rebel, has started composing entrance songs for UFC fighters. UFC fighters usually use mainstream songs for their walkouts, but TKO are now going to use Def Rebel to cut costs. Oh my God, it's awful, isn't it? It's so bad. So in UFC, people come out to just normal songs that you hear on the radio, you know, anthems and just amazing, great tracks. But apparently, obviously, it costs quite a bit of money to license those. And so to cut those costs, TKO are going to start using Def Rebel. Oh, mate, I feel so sorry. Honestly, UFC don't know what's about to hit them. I feel so sorry for those guys. Here, Dan said, I'd love to see Dustin finish up his career in WWE with Cody. Dustin Rhodes said, nope. AEW is where I will finish. It's the only place I have ever felt respected. So there we go. Dustin saying, not happening, mate. I won't be leaving and going over to WWE. Larry, shout out to you. Let's go into the fun folder then. Intercontinental Champion for life. I got tagged in this quite a bit. This guy with the Intercontinental Championship actually tattooed on his body seemed to really be getting around and getting a lot of pictures taken over WrestleMania weekend. And yeah, there we go. Just people honestly tagging me in it, kind of minds blown. I have seen people like this before that have got championships actually tattooed on them. So not the first time I've seen this. Maybe the first time I've seen it be the Intercontinental. I'm sure I've seen the Winged Eagle before. But yeah, look, this guy's got a DWO shirt on, which is the name of one of our factions in our members game. So there we go. Is that a DWO member from our from our faction game? I'll let you decide. Yeah, look at this. Everyone in the front row is letting their intrusive thoughts win. Oh yeah, we know where she's looking. Oh yeah, we know where he's oh yeah, he's probably not. Oh yeah, he might not be either. She is though. You can see where those eyes are going. Yeah. Jade Cargill said, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Yeah. Check away. Check away. Edward said, there's John Cena in the shopping carts. Can't escape him. Yeah, look at that. I mean, I'm hoping those are like memory erasing pills or something, where you can maybe erase his match with Cody from your memory. The fact The Rock wasn't there, the fact Travis Scott came down. Perhaps that's what he's selling now. Perhaps these are little pills that will just take last weekend away. So, if so, I love that for him. But there we go. John Cena everywhere, even inside this shopping cart. And this is brilliant. I flipping love this. I flipping love this. Let's click on this and let's go here.
There's Monday Night SmackDown.
No, Monday Night Raw.
Okay, Monday Night Raw.
Tuesday night NXT.
Yeah.
NXT.
NXT.
Wednesday night, those are, I don't even know.
Yeah.
But that's different.
Oh, okay.
But all the people that they used to be with the other company, they're there now. Oh, my God.
Okay, okay. Do you like this company the best?
No, I like Monday Night Raw because they're crazy people. And SmackDown, yeah, SmackDown also.
They're crazy, you know, I like the crazy people too. So there's...
So this woman, an elderly fan, watches wrestling, and she's talking about Raw. She's talking about, I think, NXT. She talks about SmackDown. She talks about Wednesday, but she can't quite remember Wednesday. But apparently that's a company where people used to work at the other company, but they work there now. And she's like, do you prefer that one? She's like, oh, no. I prefer Monday Night Raw. Crazy people. So it's just brilliant. I'll play it again for you.
There's Monday Night SmackDown.
No, Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night
Raw.
Raw.
Tuesday night NXT.
Yeah.
NXT.
NXT.
Wednesday night, those are, I don't even know.
Yeah.
But that's different.
Oh, okay.
But all the people that they used to be with the other company, they're there now. Oh, my God.
Okay,
fun.
okay. Do you like this company the best?
No, I like Monday Night Raw because they're crazy people. And SmackDown, SmackDown also.
They're crazy. You know, I like the crazy people too.
I'm not sure that Monday Night Raw has got crazier people than, say, John Moxley on a Wednesday, but I do love this clip, right? I do love this clip because it just shows, doesn't it, that fans of all ages are tuning in to be entertained. And again, you know, it's so easy to think that everyone is kind of a similar age, 21, just like you and me, and that we're all kind of, you know, thinking the same things, looking for the same things. It's just not true. There's people of all ages, all around the world, tuning in to be entertained. And, you know, I love this. I love the idea that these two sit down and they enjoy watching wrestling on a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Friday. Just great. Really, really great. Love that clip. So, yeah, really enjoyed that. So, Ratchet, shout out to you. Very good. Who is it by? This little Cape Cod. So, very, very good. Let's have a look at Community. So, Tyler getting a follow from Karrion Kross. Very good, my friend. Here's Joe, said not long back from Vegas. I meant to send this sooner, but it's been such a busy few weeks. I got to meet my GOAT, and I am truly grateful. Look at that. That is brilliant. And that, I bet, was not cheap as well. Meeting John Cena at WWE Worlds. Talking a good few $100s there, maybe sneaking up to like $400 or whatever, but it's an amazing picture. An amazing picture. It looks really, really cool. And you'll always have that as well. So even though it might have cost a bit, I think so worth it. And honestly, I don't know when you'll get an opportunity like that again. We know that after this year, John is done. And I expect him to kind of stick with that as well. So I don't know. It might be there in a suit next time, but I don't know that you're getting the jorts. I don't know that you're getting the jorts. And Mark, shout out to you. We're just seeing some of the people that Mark got to meet. So there he is with Tyler Bates. Very good. There he is with Ren. Happy Wednesday. I do look forward to Wednesdays when she does her little video. We don't always include them, but I do always try and find them. So happy Wednesday. There we got Sean Spears as well. Very good. Such an OG. Sean Spears, obviously formerly Ty Dillinger, so such an OG. And there he is with Lexis King as well. So very good. Very, very good. Some great images in there. So, yeah, that was not the longest unseen. We still had plenty to get our teeth into. But, yeah, really, it's all about next week where we should be getting even more news as we get closer to Backlash. So, Praying User Sports, Sweet Chin Wrestling, Little Bit of a Fan, TJF 1983, Big Bam, Claire Webb, OTC, Terrell ×2, Ryan, All Game 17, Wrestling Bambino, Davy Jones, Kelly the Wise Lady, Mark, Jang Tae-sang, Babs the Barbarian, Robin, Matta, Larry, Muguez, Antonio, Las Vegas Matt, Raymond, Wrestling Junkie, Bradley, Davy Jones, Huddle Talk, Subhodeep, and CM Chunk. A big thank you to all of you and everyone that continues to enjoy this video series. Really appreciate the support. We'll be back later with our watch along for Monday Night Raw and, of course, another episode of Unseen. Bye for now.